Don't judge me, but I got 30 some RC trucks in my basement with a 150 square foot crawler track. Hi, my name is Jason and I'm a tiny crawler addict. It's like I can come down here after a stressful day and I can just start building a rig or driving them around, and it just cuts you off from, at least for me, it just cuts me off from real life, you know. You can create your own scenario down here and go for a trail run and stuff, and I like being able to do that. I got into the hobby during COVID. During the first lockdown, I was searching YouTube and I came across RC Sparks. Him and Lyle doing the competitions and stuff. And I loved it. And him making a course very similar to mine, because he was my inspiration on making my course. I'm like, oh, I'm totally gonna do that in my basement. We were gonna finish off the basement. This was gonna be our master bedroom. And then we had a mishap with our furnace. So that spent the money that we were gonna use for some of the renovation. So I'm like, so why don't we just not finish the basement, and I'll put a playroom for the kids, and can I do an RC track on the other side? And she's like, oh yeah, that'll be fine. I'm like, really? So yeah, I just about had that heart attack. It was pretty crazy. The first mini crawler I had was the Panda Hobby, and then I went to the Enduro 24. And then I discovered the CCx24s, and now I have 32 CCx24s. So yeah, that's definitely the way to go. Definitely one of my favorite trucks that I've built so far. Red and white just screams classic truck to me. Style first, and then performance is usually a pretty close second. This thing is actually pretty capable. I was shocked last Thursday when I brought it up to reaction and was messing around with it. It was pulling lines that I never would have expected it to do. And now treacherous ridge. So many of my trucks have fallen to their doom across this thing. I don't like taking apart my trucks. Like once I build them, like I kind of get attached to them, and I love the way they look so much. I think I'm just gonna build another one. So, and now I'm doing all these die-cast builds, so it's like, yeah, now I gotta stop though at some point, so we'll see what number I stop at. I think I'm gonna call it quits for this year anyway. I'm gonna pull the reins in and get one a year after I turn 40. So now once I get 40, by the time I turn 40 in September, then I'm gonna have to dial it in and only get one new one a year versus 50.
Where does your inspiration come for a truck build?
Just all the off-road trucks I see up in the dunes at Silver Lake over here. Silver Lake Sand Dunes up by Hart, Michigan. It's a big boys playground in the sand. I've just seen so many cool rigs running around up there, and then if I see something on the road, I'll be like, oh, I'm gonna try building that. This one is just held in by magnets, and it's just the original JLU body mount. This one actually came out of the Gladiator because it doesn't have that center post on it. And then I just stuck two-sided tape there and my magnets up there. And all the electronics are just jammed packed right in the cab. Just because the body sits so low on the chassis with that box. Obviously servo's upgraded, V2 receiver from Axial, but I'm running a Endura 66 turn. And I still Have to figure out a better battery tray for in here, but this one seems to be working. It's just kind of a cobbled together mess that I did. The ESC tray is actually LCG tray from Grizzly Works. So yeah, and then deadbolt rears, and then C10 fronts. Gives you the wheelbase. The first person that I actually met through YouTube was Jim Grauman, Rock Wolf, that you guys know him. He contacted me through chat on YouTube, and he's like, "Hey man, I've been watching you for a while. I'm gonna start watching all your videos from the beginning, blah blah blah." And he would like touch on different videos. "Oh, this one's cool," and he like put in his favorite parts about the videos and stuff. And then finally I'm like, you know what, maybe I should find out where this guy lives. So I found out that he's from Michigan, and he's only like 2 hours away from me. So I'm like, we should meet up. So we met up at CCxRC's, Jeff's place over there. And yeah, I had my dad with me and stuff. And Reaction is good because now that I've met so many people, when I contact people through YouTube, I go to Reaction to meet them first before I bring them back to my house. I brought my dad along, and he's like, "Yeah, he's a good guy. I think he'll be all right at the house." I'm like, cool. So we brought him over here and we did some crawling and stuff, played some Follow the Leader, and yeah, now there's so many people. We got Corey, GNCRC, Tony. I would have never met Tony if it wasn't for YouTube, and I would have never found Reaction if it wasn't for Tony. I'm like, no way, that's here in Grand Rapids. But yeah, the community is just unreal. And then around the corner by the Native Americans, down across there. It's just something to do during the winter. And these things are these little 24 scales are so versatile. You can take them anywhere. You can use them in your house. You can use them on your couch. Kind of like Dr. Seuss, you can use them here, you can use them there. Yeah, they're just so small, and you can, I mean, I've seen some people use them in their office, crawling across their office desk, crawling over the keyboard and stuff, and to be able to build something like this right here is in like an 18 by 10 foot area, and it's a huge course. Michigan Mini Trucking took literally half of his basement and built a course similar to this in his basement. And it's just being able to create landscape and stuff, and it's like Tony said a while back, it's like the new model train of the modern world. So, and it's just mind-boggling. It's so cool to see how these things can get stuff done.